Welcome to CTeaV, our very own teen talk show. I am your host, Elizabeth. Today, we will be talking to some teens about how their lives work with the use of technology. I am very excited to be here today with all my lovely guests. May I introduce you to Marta and Amanda. So, we are going to chat about how teens keep in touch with technology these days, from texting to video chatting and so on. Shall we begin?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so how often do you use technology on a regular basis as a teenager?
Every day.
Yeah, probably every day. And it's almost hard to keep track of how much every hour because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you usually do when using your cell phone or computer on the internet?
Texting, email,
A lot of Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest,
YouTube.
Do you have any favorite websites you always go on?
YouTube.
YouTube. A lot of people have a regular TV schedule. Like on Mondays, I watch this show. Mine is turned into a YouTube schedule.
Yeah.
Yay, it's Tuesday and Friday. This
Yeah.
YouTuber's making whatever.
Do you think you could last weeks without connecting to the internet or using any technology at all?
No.
I think I could, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Some kids just can't get away, but others they aren't used to it or they just don't really care. Do you have some sort of pattern on checking up on things?
Yeah.
I usually start with email because I feel like those are the more urgent things, and then sort of go down the list of urgency. Email, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube.
Yeah, because I think some people just they only check up on things, but then other people, they just are always on the internet for no reason at all.
Yeah, not that Twitter is or Pinterest are necessarily urgent.
Yeah, but they're just fun. Some studies say that too much technology use could be harmful. What is your opinion on that idea?
I agree with that because you're just sitting, on your computer and that isn't a form of exercise or anything, and you're not communicating with other people face to face.
Yeah.
So
I also kind of wonder what physical damage we're doing. They say that you should shut off your screens a half hour before you go to bed, but I know all the time I fall asleep with my phone in my hand or with my laptop next to me, and I'm just.
Yeah, and also the screen can be damaging to your eyes.
Yeah.
So a lot more, you look around and a lot more people have glasses or contacts lately. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. So how old were you when you got your first cell phone?
I was 12.
I
12?
think I had just finished 8th grade, so I was just turning 14, I think.
So pretty young, not
Yeah.
very old. How old were you? Oh no, I just asked that. Have you noticed a change in the age of kids that are receiving cell phones?
Yeah. They're really young now when they get their first cell phone.
Yeah.
It used to be a little bit older, but in your teenage years, but now 10-year-olds and younger even maybe. How do you feel about that though?
I feel I have a sister who's going into 4th grade, and she's turning 10 in December, and she wants a cell phone because a couple of her friends have them. But I just feel having a cell phone, part of it, texting, the skills for typing and stuff aren't quite there yet, as well as there aren't a lot of people to talk to. And the thing I mainly feel I need my cell phone for is when I'm out driving, if something were to happen, or if I was with friends away from my parents, that way I have a way to contact them. Whereas my sister, who is only 9, is always with my parents.
Yeah.
So I feel there isn't really a necessity for it.
Right.
And also, when you're that young, you can do other things. You can be outside doing stuff with your friends. You don't need to be on a phone or on the internet all day long. So I think it could be a waste of time for some people. While all this technology has been moving forward, do you believe it is advancing too quickly or not quickly enough?
For some things, I think too quickly. Or maybe just too much technology all the time.
Yeah, it's always advertised.
Yeah, in District 16, all high schoolers got iPads, and
Middle schoolers?
Yeah, and elementary school kids, they all got an iPod Touch, I think. And I don't know if they need to be with the technology all the time like that.
For me, my 2-year contract with my cell phone is running up, and the only thing that's really available is a smartphone. And I feel like I really don't need a smartphone because I wouldn't use it for when I need it. I just use it to check the websites that just waste time.
Yeah.
So, but most cell phone companies aren't really even offering the non-smartphones. So I think it's kind of scary how much we're relying on technology, looking ahead to if it wasn't there,
True.
you're in a lot of trouble.
Lastly, what do you think the impact of technology has for teens in general?
Just like a way of life. Like it's kind of what we do. Spend our time on like Facebook and all those other social networking sites. We all seem to be connected to.
It can be really helpful. Like I know for a lot of school and work things, we use a lot of Google Drive, which is really helpful to connect through technology on assignments and things like that we can work on something at the same time apart from each other. And so academically and socially and in all these different ways it can push us forward, but also with this reliance. I know there was one day where my school's internet was out and we couldn't do anything all day because that's where everything was. So it's good, but we also need to remember that there's stuff outside the internet and it's not crucial to rely on all the time.
Yeah, I also think like we're always on the internet, so we don't have time to do like other productive stuff. And even though it is productive, like you can get a lot of things done over internet, it's still, if too much internet is not good. Do you guys have any other comments about technology and the way teens use it today?
I'm really thankful that I'm growing up in an era with this much technology because that's where I found a lot of my passions to be. Like I love creating things and communicating, especially through the internet. But like we've said, it's kind of scary how crucial it is to society.
It's just good to remember like there's a lot of other things to do with your time too than sit on a computer all day.
Well, that wraps up our CTeaV for today. Thank you for watching, and this is Marta and Amanda once again. Thank you.